Welcome back to Beekeeping Basics with Danny. So we're a week up the road from when we went into the nuke box last week to take out the Apivar strips. So we're going to go into the two bigger hives to get them Apivar strips out. So we're on about 6 weeks with them. They did get slightly aggressive last week. They obviously don't like you going in there. Weather's turned out a bit better. We've had some rain this morning and we're probably pushing about, I guess, 18, maybe even 20 degrees. It's slightly warm today. So yeah, we're going to go in there, get the Apivar strips out, give them some sugar syrup as well. And then after today, that's going to be pretty much the last time I'm going to need to go into these hives. I'm hoping to take off the super box that we've got on one of the hives. So what we're going to do is they're really actually active at the moment with if you can just see there, they are really active at the moment, and they're doing the figure of 8, and it looks like we've obviously had some cat brood emerge, and you know, the next lot of worker bees are pushed out. So they are, I don't know whether the camera really shows it right now, but they are really active at the moment. So it's going to be interesting. But we need to go in there, we need to pull them out. So that's what we're going to do. We'll get in there, get the feed in there, and get the Apivar strips out. So let's do it. Okay, so I'm going to tackle the big one first. I've got the sugar syrup all made up around the corner. And also what I want to try and do is get this frame holder out of here as well. It's one, I don't want it going rusty or what have you, and two, it just make them, you know, a little bit easier for them to seal this up like they do. A few earwigs and that in there again. Just check the feeder. Yeah, they've had all of that. Got the smoker going this time because last time they did get very agitated with me going in here, so I've got the smoker going this time, you know, just in case. And what I should have done was brought out my silver tape, because I'm going to have to break this silver tape lining and we're going to have to re-tape that up. I should have really brought a knife or something with me. I've got a screw there. We can use the screw. Break that seal and get to the crown board. And the reason why I've got this silver tape, not seen one of my previous videos, is I added a fixture, this fixture to it myself. It's that deep, keeps the feeder in there. And then we have the crown board, but obviously that didn't sit as tight as I liked, so we sealed it up with silver tape. You want to keep any kind of predators out of there, especially this time of year, wasps, you know, any kind of predator. And then when we reinstate this, I will silver tape it around again. So what we want to do is, this should come off, get my hive tool, that should come off, revealing the crown board. So it shouldn't be sticky, it'll just be the silver tape that we put around it that's going to make it a little bit sticky. I stuck to my fingers, so I'll get that out of the way. This should just lift off, no problem at all. We haven't been in this hive. Oh, took the crown board off with it. I didn't really want to do that, so we'll have another go. We want this bit. I really want to leave the crown board on there if I can. So just put all these off of here. Don't really know what's sticking out other than essentially what the bees have done. So off we go with that. We do have A little bit of mould going on there. I'm not going to worry about that. And there's the, there we have the crown board. I'll scrape off any of this stuff that we don't want. Like I say, we haven't been in here for a little while. And this time of year, is it propolis? They can't pronounce it, but it's this sticky stuff that they seal these hives up with. So everything is really, really sticky. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a look into this, and we don't have any queen excluder on this hive. So, and don't like going into this hive, I'm completely honest, because of the simple fact that the queen could be anywhere up here. And I'm interested to know, because this is the super that I want to lose, because we're too high now, if they've actually done anything to these frames. And look, as you can see, this is why we don't need it on here, because they've done absolutely nothing to these frames. So this is one of the reasons why we need to get this off, shake these bees off of these frames. This super clearly doesn't need to be on here, and all it effectively is doing is, now that we're running into the colder parts of the month, it's just going to make it harder for these bees to keep warm. So we will lose this super today, and this is what I wanted to do anyway. This has no Apivar strips up here. Purely, it didn't need it. There's no cat brood or anything up here. Obviously mindful that for any particular reason we could have that queen munging around up here. Not sure what that was there, but like I say, I have the smoker lit beside me. Yeah, that's not even really. I left it on here for one kind of reason, just to see if they would comb it out, to be fair. But yeah, have not even really done that. So a little bit of combing out on that one. I'm just going to do all of these frames for the simple fact they are all stuck together, and I'm going to need to unstick these anyway. And yeah, telltale sign, this super does not need to be on here now, which I'm glad about. You know, the bees are going down in numbers now, so that's perfect for me. When I took the honey supers off, it was still booming, and I just couldn't see any reason that I could downsize this hive. So I left them with the room, but now it's clear to see that we can do away with that. So that's good for me. So we'll get this off, and this is going to be stuck. So what we're going to do is offload that down there for the time being. Put the crown board on it, and there's our bees. So I don't have the Apivar strip up here. I thought I did, but I don't, just slightly concerning. I'm sure I put them in here, and they was in there. So that's slightly concerning. Unless they're in the box below, but I'm sure, I really am sure that I put the Apivar strips in that one. So Let's get this off and have a look. What's going on? Didn't see that. I would have. I'll put the crown ball back onto that as well. So there's one lot of our Apivar strips. I've done these into halves, didn't I? Yeah, I've done these in halves. So there's one, and there's the other, because I only had that, but I just don't know what I've done there, to be fair. I should have had Apivar strips in this one as well, but never mind. What we'll do is, we won't bother these bees, so we'll get this back on, because don't really want to bother them too much. And this one's not as stuck like as well as what the nuke box was. That was really stuck together, so that's a good thing. So again, what we'll do is we'll offload this double box, these double supers. Oh, just to get the Apivar strips out, and that is very heavy. Oh, there's a lot of these in there. We'll just get this out fairly quickly. Don't want to bother them. 1 and 2, as you can see. And what we'll do is making sure, this is what I wanted to take out as well, is just make it a little bit easier for them to seal that up, get any unwanted stuff off of them. And what we'll do is we'll offload this back on. So far so good. They're not getting antsy with me like they did in that nuke box. So just trying to get all this aligned in its right places, because I'm not going to be going into this again for quite some time. If you get it lined up for them, makes their life a little bit easier to seal up. And why I'm struggling is because it is so sticky. It really is sticky. There we go. So what we're going to do then is we're going to shake off done that arse about face, haven't I? So what have I done here? So where's the bees? Oh, slightly confused. What have I done here? So the bees that are in the box that we want to get rid of must be there. Am I right? Yes, I am. So let's just do that. Got in a bit of a mix with it all. Shouldn't have done that with that one. That's the one that I want to lose. So, yep, on we go with this one. These are the two that we want to keep. A bit of a nightmare there, but not to worry. That's the two that we want to keep, and we're going to shake off the bees into the hive off of this lot of frames that we have here. So what we'll do is just go like this for the minute. We'll just put all the frames aside just for the time being. Like I say, you don't really want to be messing with your hives this far in the year now, middle of September, because the last thing you want to go doing now is somewhat damaging your queen, and we will just double check that she's not on something like this before we shake it. You know, this has got a little bit of comb on it. And again, this one, just making sure. We are rushing through this because we don't want them to get too antsy. It just looks like they eat through the frames for some reason or other. Like this here. You know, they've, see where they eat through it? Don't know why they do that. Again, shaking them off. And then that's we just look them all off, get rid of them all. Not hurting the bees in any way. And that's them all out of that super box. And then what we can do is just get these remainders off of here. And we'll just gently get them out. What we'll do is, do have a few in here that I want to kind of, a bit awkward to get out because I do have the feeder in here, but there we have it. Back on with the crown board. So now we're down to the height that we want to be at. Nearly supposed to be then, which is good for us. And then we put our insulation board feeder back on, like so. And then, like I said, what I do is I will tape back around this, sealing this back up. We'll just get these bees out of here if we can, because if I lock them in, they will never get out. We'll put the feeder into here, which I have here, already pre-made up. Sugar syrup 1 to 1. introduce that now while we have it open, like so. And then that's us done with this hive. And this one actually went better than I thought it was gonna. Just looking for my packers. What did I do with them? They're here. I wasn't actually looking forward to this after, like I say, last week when we was in the nuke box, because they really didn't like me going in there. This has gone slightly better, which is good. So put that sugar syrup over there, out of the way. And we'll move on to the next one. Okay, so I've done that one. We get into this one. We do have Apivar strips in both of these brood boxes. Sun's come out now and it's actually really warm. I'm going to check what the temperature is. And it is actually saying it's 21 degrees. So it is really warm. It has come out really warm. Like I said, we had a bit of rain this morning. And I know we've got some crap weather on its way. We're in the little midst of this little bit of a heat wave coming. So there's what reasons why it's warm today. I've got a bit of a sweat on. So bees are active. I'm guessing the feed's emptying this. Yes, it is. So again, what we'll do is we'll get the hive tool and we'll get this silver tape undone. Don't want to lift the crown board off this time. We just want this feeder off. Off we go with the feeder. Placing that down there. Literally up with the crown board. Just checking on there. There's one Apivar strip there. Very sticky in here. Off with that one. Out we go with that one. What we'll do is we'll replace the crown board back on. Oh, like so. Putting it back round the way it came off. That way. And it's typical, isn't it? The day that I have the smoker lit looks like the day that I don't need it, and I should have had it when I done that last week. But there you go. I was paying the price for not having it done. There's no way I was going to go in here today unprepared like I did last time. So look, we do have the wasp munging around. You can smell that sugar syrup. So this is another reason why you want to be quick with this, because if the bees get a chance to do any kind of robbing, they will. So as quick as we can, off with this. Out with the Apivar strip. There. Out with the Apivar strip there. Just have a little look in there, making sure everything's okay. And we're basically, as quick as we can, back on with the brood box. Double brooding this over winter with the stalls, etc., that they've got, and that went relatively well as well. You know, we didn't have to do as much as we did over there with taking the super off and so forth, getting it all nicely lined up. Like so. Getting that back on there, ready to be sealed back up. We'll fill that feeder up. Yeah, that's all sitting nicely. Getting it all lined up. Thought I'd be in my valve then. That's what you don't want. Okay, so that's good. Didn't even need to use the smoker. So all we need to do now is get the feed. I have spilt a bit, which I don't like doing. Really don't. We always keep a rag to hand. Anything like that, just mop it up, get the lid on there, soak it away. Don't want to attract anything into this hive. Ants, anything, you know. And again, we use these packers. All it does is it sits on the lid. When the actual lid goes on itself, it keeps that lid nice and tight. So them packers are the direct, are the actual gap between the top of this board and that, and this lid just kind of compresses it, and it keeps that lid nicely compressed. So there we go. Again, that went better than expected, so I'm happy with that. Get this done up. Nice and tight. And now all we've got to do is feed the nuke box. So this is the hive that got really frustrated with me last week. But we're not going into the actual hive this time. We're only going in to give them some feed. That's bone dry as well. Put the remainder of this into here. Like so. Like I say, 1:1 sugar syrup, that's all it is. Get the lid back on that. And now all we're really going to be doing with these hives now is just giving them feed and let the bees do their course over the winter. Hopefully they will survive. We have some strong colonies, both strong colonies, and that is what you want. And that is what you want. So what I'm going to do is, so that's all the Apivar strips out now. I'm going to have a little bit of a sweep up in here because I've got this bloody tree above me and it's going to be leaf city in here. That went really well. After last week, I got a bit of a sweat on, must admit. After last week when we went in here, these bees got really agitated. I got stung on the foot. on the ankle. Really didn't like me going into here. It's just one of those things, I suppose. Got stung on the ankle because I didn't wear my welly boots. That was, I don't even know why I done that. Come out with my trainers, stupid thing. I never used to do that, or every time I expected these hives, even in the height of summer when it was really warm, I had my knee-high ankle boots on, welly boots on, just for the simple fact that these bees will find any way in these suits if they want to, and so forth. So silly mistake there. And then the funny thing is, I come out the following day, I think it was, just had a little nosy in here like I always do, just over the fence there, and I see a bee floating around, and then he went stung me straight on the side of the nose. So in 2 days I had one on the ankle and one on the side of the nose, but it was all good, you know. Just my ankle swelled up slightly, really itching, really irritable. Luckily the nose was okay, that wasn't bad at all. But you know, note to self, guys, when you go in to get your Apivar strips out, they don't want you in there. It's this time of year, they potentially are going to get agitative, so still wear your full PPE when you're doing that, otherwise you're going to get stung. So yeah, like I say, so that's all good and well. So slightly, I don't think I'm going to have many more videos to publish now. You know, this was my journey. We went from April right the way through to middle of September. We had the ups and we had the downs. Like I said at the very beginning, we had them. You know, we had a lot going on. We done splits, we done hive. You know, we joined merging. We merged a hive with another hive. We had queen cells. We've lost a queen. We introduced a queen when we didn't need to introduce a queen. We had lots going on. So take a look back on the videos if you just pick this up. That was my journey throughout the year, and thank you. You know, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the comments. You know, and it was an interesting year. I will be doing exactly the same come spring, the new year. Like I say, I've got a little project on the go, and I will be using it next year. It's undergoing a painting at the moment. Also do a beehiving and what have you. You know, I can't see that I want to have many more videos. I do a few shorts now and then, the feeding and stuff like that, but it's got to that point of the year now, guys, where we really are at the end. You know, all I will be doing with these hives is just manually watching, just making sure that I've got no predators lurking around. When I put the mouse guards on the front of these hives, obviously this nuke box, all we will do with that one is we will turn the entrance around to the sliders. That will stop any, that acts as a mouse trap, or mouse guard rather. And I have two, they're in the box there, I have two metal mouse guards that will go on that hive and that hive. So when we get to do that, that won't probably be for a month or so. We'll do a short video on that, me installing them, so you can see how they get installed and installed correctly. But other than that, yeah, like I say, the videos now are really going to be down to next to nothing. And like I say, feel free to subscribe and still watch the year that we've done. And please stay with me and let's enjoy a new year with lots of interesting stuff. We're currently on 3 hives. I don't know what I'm going to do with this nuke. I may potentially sell this nuke and just stick with the 2 hives, on an understanding that they potentially could swarm, or I may have to do some splits that might end up going into another 2 hives. So, you know, if I can do someone proud with this one to start off their new season of beekeeping, then I potentially may sell them this one, and that will get them going good. And this is a A1 buck fast queen in here, and she's doing really well. It's a nice nuke. As you can see, it's more than it should be, because we put these in this nuke box early in the, not early in the year, sorry, late in the year. But early coming to the end of the year, so we just built it up slowly. Come, I don't know, maybe November time, I might have a little nosy in here. We may well be able to just lose this top one, but to be fair, it's a 6-frame nuke box, and to be fair, if you work it out, you've got 6 frames, brood frames in there, and you've got 6 and 6 frames of super frames, so potentially all you have here is one sized brood box. That's all it is. It would be equivalent of one size brood box on a hive, this whole nuke box. So yeah, that's enough of me rabbiting on. So like I say, thank you for watching. Stay with me for next year. There will be bits and pieces that I will do, but that is my journey as a new beekeeper. I've done my course, and we went, you know, I didn't really have a mentor, so it can be done. If you're iffing and erring, not too sure, just go for it. I've done it, you know. Yes, I've done the course, but that's only a basic course. It gives you a little bit of know-how. Read the books, do what you need to do, and if you really want to do it, guys, do it. Get on and do it. I've done it, and I've managed to successfully do a year of beekeeping. Okay, not a year. We've got to overwinter these yet. I'm pretty... Oh, there's one trying to attack me. I'm pretty sure that these will go over winter pretty damn well. I've left them with the stalls. And they're strong at the moment. So there should be no reason why these don't go through. And I will continuously feed them. When it gets really cold into December time, I'll probably, you know, I won't do the sugar syrup. I'll change onto fondant. Like I say, they've got their stalls, but yeah, if they don't want it, they won't take it. That's my motto. So enough of me rabbiting on. I'm going to have a little tidy up around here with the leaves, so I won't film any of that. But again, thank you for watching, and until next time, ciao for now.